So, good evening, everyone. You're all welcome to Achievers Bridge Career Night. Today being August Career Night 2024, we will be having a discussion about Mandela Washington Fellowship for Young African Leaders, which is a flagship program of the U.S. government's Young African Leaders Initiative, popularly known as YALI. My name is Emma Mbiza, the co-founder of Achievers Bridge, which is a personal development company aiming to create an ideal environment for dreamers to actualize their dreams to reality. And here with me is an important guest in person of pharmacist Isa Dahiru, who will be giving us important knowledge with regards to our topic today. Okay, so I believe by the end of today, those of you who have been dreaming of going to the United States through YALI will get relevant information that can bring that dream into reality. So thank you so much for joining us, pharmacist Isa. So it will be a great pleasure to hear, you tell us briefly about yourself. Over to you.
All right. Hi everyone. It's really a pleasure, and I'm so excited to be here. Um, my name is Isa Dahiru, and I am a pharmacist and 2024 Mandela Washington Fellow. Um, I studied pharmaceutical sciences from Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. I am the founder and also the CEO of Spexcare Limited, which is a digital health and wellness company that we are using innovations to increase accessibility to healthcare services within the rural and some parts of the urban area. So this is briefly about myself, and I hope
Thank you
we'll
so
get to
much.
learn also a lot from you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was indeed a very brief but concise information about you. So, before we go into the questions that I have here that will be guiding our guest here to give us the information that our audience will need, please, if you have any question that you would want this guest, to answer live and direct for you, please feel free to drop it in the comment section, as I will be checking the comment section to see any of those questions that comes up. So thank you, pharmacist Isa, once again for that. So as a starter, I will need you to tell us about what YALE is about, and by extension, the Mandela Washington Fellowship, so that we will be on the same page with all the viewers.
Yeah. YALI is an acronym, and it stands for Young African Leaders Initiative. It's a program that was launched by the United States government in 2010, and it was actualized, or it's kickstarted in 2014 during the Barack Obama administration to support the development of young African leaders. So the YALI stand for Young African Leaders Initiative, and it's designed to empower young leaders from across Africa through academic coursework, through leadership and networking. These are the three main areas of the YALI, and this is what the YALI is all about.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So will you want to say anything about Mandela Washington Fellowship?
Well, so for Mandela Washington is actually a component of YALI, because the YALI program has three components. One
Oh, we lost him. I think
and
he's having some. Yeah, go
oh,
on. We lost him for
oh,
some seconds.
oh, okay, all right. So the Mandela Washington Fellowship is one component of YALI program. Mandela Washington is the flagship program of YALI that offers young African leaders the opportunity to come to the United States for 6 weeks program of academic and leadership training at the US universities. So fellows get to engage in networking, in community service, and in cultural exchange programs. That's one. Then the second component of YALI is what we call regional leadership centers, RLCs. They are located across Africa. They have centers in Ghana. There are some centers in some other part of African continent. So these centers offer in-person, online training. They offer both online and in-person training on entrepreneurship, public management, and they are to serve as like a place where leaders can gain practical skills and build professional networks. Then the last part of the YALI is the YALI itself, or the YALI network. YALI network is an online community where young African leaders can connect, share ideas, get free access to courses, get topics that are related to leadership and entrepreneurship and civic engagement. The whole aim is to develop the next generation of African leaders who will drive economic growth, enhance democratic governance, and strengthen the ties between the United States and Africa. So this is in brief what the YALI program is all about. Then I think over the time we will get to discuss more on the Mandela Washington Fellowship, because that is currently what is right now happening, and what the US is very much interested in right now.
Thank you so much, Pharmacist Isa. I think that gave a concise information, even to a layman that is just coming across this phrase for the first time. Thank you so much
Thank
for that. So now
you.
we proceed further. So now for someone to be, have an opportunity to be part of the yearly program, do one need to be a genius, Do one need to be, what word will I use? A special kind of a person before he or she will get an opportunity to apply for the yearly program?
Well, I think this concept of someone has to be a genius for him to be in any of the early program is really not true, or is really not applicable to all the early programs. Like I said, you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to have a super brain. You don't have to be someone so special for you to have a place in on yearly programs. The yearly program is designed for leaders and those that are passionate, those that are ready to make commitments to their communities, in fact, to their communities, regardless of their academic or professional background. It's only yearly program that they are not even concerned about whether you have a degree, whether you have been to school, whether you are this or that. All what YALI programs are after, or they're looking for, is impact. Are you creating impact? Are you a leader? Leader does not mean someone that has a position of responsibility, a governor, a president, a councillor. No, 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 no. Anyone that is committed, that has an impact in his lives and in the lives of those people that are living around him, is a leader. So when you are taking the responsibility of your action, when you agree that yes, what you are going to do is going to change someone's life, is going to make your environment better, is going to make someone not to be out of school, is going to make someone to have a better healthcare services, is going to make someone to feel like safe in an environment where there are a lot of operations and stuff like that, then yearly program is for you. So it's not really for genius, because I know when we started talking about genius, someone will start thinking about academics achievement.
Thank you so much. So, thank you for giving us that straight and direct response, Pharmacist Isa. We have
Yeah.
so many people that have been thinking, okay, some programs like this, it requires a person to be a genius, someone that is of a particular caliber or things like that. And then it makes a lot of people, to miss opportunities. But I believe this response will now clear the air on those kind of misconceptions. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for that. Yeah. So now, then, if one doesn't need to be a genius before applying for yearly program, then what are the basic preparations and things that one need to have in place before standing a chance of being accepted for the program? Because I had you made mention of someone having an impact in his community, willing to
Yeah.
to make a great experience for another person around him or within his own community. So are there any basic preparations that one need to have before he apply for the yearly program?
Yes, there is what we call breaking the myth. Breaking the myth. Who can apply for YALI? Like most of the programs that are coming from the Western world, or particularly the United States, they are looking for four things. They are just looking for four items in an individual, and that applies to all the early programs, whether it is Mandela Washington Fellowship, whether it is the regional leadership centers, or the early network community. So the first thing that they are looking for is the leadership potential. YALI seeks individuals who have demonstrated leadership in their communities, in their organization, or in their professions. This could be through volunteer work, leading project, initiating change, or something like that. So you have to be that individual that has demonstrated, not someone that will demonstrate in the future, but you must have something, showing something that this is what I have been doing, this is what I have done, either through volunteer work, leading project as a leader or as a team leader, or being part of a team, initiating change or initiating something. That's what YALI is looking for, number one. Number two is commitment to public or community service. The programs values applicants who are dedicated to serving others and contributing to the development of their societies. This is very, very important. YALI is not about yourself, but it's about those that you can influence, those lives that you can touch. Number three is desire for personal and professional growth. YALI is interested in individuals who are eager to learn, grow, and apply new skills to advance their leadership journey. You don't have to master it all, you don't have to know it all. You just have to be that someone that is ready to learn, that is ready to grow, and that is ready to apply new skills and new knowledge to advance your leadership, because YALI brings about different set of people from different part of the world, from different part of Africa, and they are young people like you. So young, the energy, the energy in the young people is always something that
Sure,
brings about a lot of
sure,
change.
sure.
Then the last one is the innovation or the innovative entrepreneurship spirit. The world is changing. People are moving away from the government job, the white collar job, the things that will be paying you, 1 or 2 pennies at the end of the month. The program encourage applications from those who have shown creativity and innovation in addressing challenges within their communities or field of work, because innovation and entrepreneurship in concept of YALI is what believes to be the real source of change. Because when you are an entrepreneur, you have someone that you are impacting. You are either selling a service or you are selling a product. And if you are selling the service, then someone is really enjoying that service that you are selling, and that is why you are being patronized. If you are an innovator, someone is there benefiting from your innovation. So you are technically impacting someone's life. So these are the 4 areas that YALI looks when they are trying to pick their candidate or beneficiaries.
Wow, that was another massive hit. Before someone goes thinking, okay, I think I don't have a master's degree
Oh,
certificate, I don't have
yes.
a bachelor's degree certificate. So before anyone goes into thinking like that, so I believe
Yes.
this just hit the nail on the head. Thank you so much. I'm beginning to love this session even more deeper than I used to at the
Oh,
initial stage. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
interesting.
So now, having heard about that, now can you tell us what the program activities looks like in reality, and what field do you need to be before you get accepted for the program? I think that is a question that you have answered along the line. That's the second part of the question. But then you can tell us what the program activity looks like in reality. Okay. It can be
Okay.
something like, okay, I go and then I see a ball, I kick the ball, I meet someone, we start
Okay.
practicing boxing or things like that. So, what does it
Yeah.
look like in reality?
So let's start with the Mandela Washington Fellowship, because the Mandela Washington Fellowship is one of the most competitive activities of YALI, and everyone is looking forward to the Mandela Washington Fellowship. So the Mandela Washington Fellowship, like I said, was established in 2014, and it was named in honor of the late South African President Nelson Mandela, who is designed. Everyone knows the contribution of Nelson Mandela
Sure,
to
sure,
the
sure.
Pan Africanist community, and the contribution that he has made in making the great South Africa that we are all are very proud of. So the Mandela Washington Fellowship is more like a prototype of all the programs of YALI. So all the programs of YALI consist of, I think I can say, 4 aspects. The first one is the academic and leadership training. In academic and leadership training, the fellows, whether it is the Mandela Washington Fellows, the RLC, that's the Regional Leadership Fellows, or the YALI networks, they undergoes academics and leadership training. So for Mandela, the academic and leadership training is for 6 weeks. 6 weeks academic coursework. You will be placed in United States colleges or universities, depending on where you have been taken to. The program covers one of the 3 tracks. So you either go for leadership in business, that's when you're applying for Mandela Washington, or you go for leadership in civic engagement, or you go for leadership in public management. In each of the track, you're going to spend 6 weeks doing academic coursework in the United States. The second aspect of all the YALI programs, particularly the Mandela Washington Fellowship, is networking and professional development. Fellows have numerous opportunities to connect with US professionals and fairs through networking events. There are a lot of cultural activities. There are a lot of professional development experiences where you will be taken to industries. You will meet captains of industries. You will meet politicians. You will meet civic activists when you are a civic engagement leader. You will meet a lot of people. So you are going to have a very rich network that is going to, grow you professionally. So these interactions help fellows build a robust network that help them and support their leadership journeys. Then there is third aspect of it, which is the summit in Washington D.C. After the academic residency, fellows, all the 700 fellows or all the Mandela Washington fellows will gather for a high-profile summit where they meet the United States government officials, including the President of the United States or the Vice President of the United States or the Secretary of the State in the United States. A representative of the civil society organizations will also be there. Representatives of giant companies in the world will also be there to establish connections with these African leaders. So the summit is also an opportunity for fellows to engage in discussion about the future of Africa, the role of young leaders in shaping the future of Africa. Then the last one is the alumni opportunities. This is very important. After the YALI programs, after the Mandela Washington program, you will return back home to see how you can implement those things that you have learned over the period of 6 weeks. So fellows become part of the prestigious growing alumni network. And as of 2023, that's here now that we are talking, we have more than 7,200 alumni of all the YALI programs in Africa. So imagine being part of this 700 and 7,200 alumni, where you will get to know someone from Ethiopia, someone from Namibia, someone from all the countries in Africa, and you will get to beat your chest and say, yes, I have a friend that can help me sell my product in Ghana. I have a friend that can help me facilitate my, let's say, a business opportunity in Ethiopia, in so many parts of the world. So the alumni opportunities, that's from the other fellows. Then from the Department of State or from the United States, they do provide grant opportunities, funding support for community projects, for personal development projects through partner organizations like that. They are always very, very, very in touch with their alumni. So these are the component of what the fellowship or what the yearly programs are.
Wow, that was very concise. I
Yeah.
must say your responses are just straight to the point. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Thank
So
you, Baba.
yeah. So now were there any challenges that you faced during the application and even during the program, and what would you do differently to manage those challenges? Okay, so most likely you must have come across something that you feel, oh wow, this is very difficult. Oh wow, I could have done this way, during the application processes or otherwise. So is there any like that? And then what will you do differently to counter that?
Well, so personally, I'm going to give this from my own personal perspective. I know the program is really very challenging, both applying for the programs and also going through the 6 weeks program. So applying for the program is highly competitive. I will have to say that because during our time, the United States ambassador then in Nigeria, Brandon said they received more than 10,500 applicants from Nigeria. Only in Nigeria alone, they received 10,500 applicants as of 2023. Now, in that 10,500 applicants, they shortlisted 250 for interview because you will have to go for an interview. Then from the 250, they selected only 56 that will be going to the United States. So imagine running down from 10,500 to 250 and to 56. That's really something.
That's really a big
So
bottleneck. Yeah.
that's really yeah. So for me, I had two challenges I can say during the application. One of the challenge that I face is time management. I am this kind of person that likes to do things at the end of the 9 minutes whatever. So I submitted my application. I think some few minutes to closing deadline. So that time management is very important. Balance the time of preparing your strong application with other personal, professional responsibilities that can be challenging. It's really very important. Then how do I manage that? If to say I'm going to reapply for the Mandela Washington Fellowship, I'm going to start my process early. I'm going to break down the application into smaller tasks and set deadlines for each. And this is going to allow me to focus on each part of the application without feeling overwhelmed. Then the second challenge that I faced while applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship is crafting a compelling personal statement. Mandela will be asking you questions that describe yourself in a so sentence or
Oh, it's he seemed to be having a challenge with his network.
crafting
Hello,
personal.
pharmacist. We lost you for some point. You were speaking about drafting. Yeah,
Yeah, crafting personal statement.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You can start up from there. Yeah.
Okay, so articulating your experiences, your leadership journeys, and your motivation in a way that that could stand out can be very difficult, because a lot of people, we are good in doing, but we are not good in explaining or telling others how we are doing it. Because someone can be a gifted, someone can handle this, someone can do this, but to explain that to someone can be very challenging. So if to say I'm going to reapply for the Mandela Washington Fellowship, how can I manage that? First, I'm going to seek feedback from my mentors. I'm going to write it and send it to someone. Please help me review this so that he can see it from a different perspective that I am seeing it. That's one. Secondly, I'm going to seek feedback from my colleagues, your friends, your partners know you sometimes better than yourself. So ask them, how can you describe me? What are the things? What are my strengths? What are my challenges? How do you think I can make myself better? Your friends, your colleagues can boldly, open up to you on that. Then speak to previous fellows. Previous fellows can help you refine your narrative and ensure that it aligns with program goals and objectives. Take time to reflect on your experience and how they're going to shape your leadership journey. So I think these are the two challenges that I really faced while applying for the Mandela Washington Fellowship in 2022, and how I was able to, manage the two challenges.
Wow, that was very, very, very concise. So now there's a follow-on question on that. Okay, so can you just take us through the application journey, like the processes you went through? Okay, I went and sat in my room and then I was on my computer. I just saw an advert or things like that. So can you just take us through the journey of the application process, how you came across it, the steps you took? Okay, you wrote this, you applied to this, up to the
Okay.
point you were called upon to attend for the program. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's really interesting, and I like this part. This part a most. So in when I was preparing for my application, one of the things that happens to me is I am good, in using my mobile device. I am not good in picking calls, replying to chats and stuff like that, but I'm always, trying to see how I can get to opportunity sites, engage myself in probably Twitter, social media, and see the opportunities of collaboration, see who is doing this and why he's doing that, get to know stories behind, people that are making changes, that are making impact in their communities and stuff like that. So that is the beginning. You have to engage yourself. You have to know the opportunities, where you are going to even get the opportunities. Where am I going to get the information? So most of the informations, are on social media. Most of the YALI programs, they have their social media handles: the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter or X, and LinkedIn. So you will get to get information from that. So after I checked
Sure,
that
sure.
yes, I'm eligible with regards to the age, because you have to be between 20 to 25 to 35 years of age. You have to be a resident of a sub-Saharan African country as at the time of your application. You have to fulfill, some obligations, some questions, and I checked them and I realized that yes, I can go ahead and apply. So the first thing that I did was to develop the strong leadership record. When it was at the beginning of the 2022, I started thinking about, yes, for me to apply for Mandela Washington, I need to have this leadership record. So how can I? How is that going to be possible? Then I now started engaging myself in some volunteer community activities. We have some community non-governmental organizations that are doing community services, like cleaning drainage, like organizing mentorship sessions for jam candidates, doing sensitization on drug abuse, volunteer activities that has to do with community projects, initiatives that will help young ones in selecting their careers in universities, and documenting those things. You have served as maybe an organizing secretary here, and these are the contributions that you were able to table. That's what I did first to develop. I developed my leadership record. Then the second one is I engage in community service. Involvement in community service is highly valued because no people don't get paid when they are involved in community service. Activities that contribute to the betterment of your society, such as mentoring, like I said, the volunteering. I volunteered in 2021 while during the flooding sessions in Jigawa, and I helped a lot of people to even establish communications, how they can communicate with healthcare practitioners, because then there was no communications. Most of the connectivity landlines had, centers has been destroyed by the flooding. So I tried my best to see how I can establish something that will make their lives easier. Then thirdly, I built a relevant experiences. When you are talking to someone that you have achieved this in leadership, you have done this community service engagement. Is it up? What is next? You need to build on the community service. You need to keep on doing it. It's not just for you to do it and get the certificate or get the recognition and that is all. No, you have to build on that. Then I built the relevant experience, gain experience in the field that I'm interested in through like work. Sometimes I design a template of programs voluntarily. I serve as waiter in a lot of occasions, as welfare secretaries, as a lot of things. So I build on my relevant experience just to get the experience, not to get the certificate, but to get the experience. Then I prepare my compelling personal statement. The personal statement is not something that you will maybe make in a day or two or something like that, but you take your time, like I said, break it into tasks and make sure that you have assigned deadlines. Then you strictly abide by that deadlines to make sure that those tasks are up to completion. Then number five, I network and seek mentorship. There is virtually nothing that I will do, whether it is yearly program or non-yearly program, that I will not seek for mentorship. Let me tell you, writing letters, official letters, doing corporate communications, even those things that I can do on my own, I sometimes had to seek for mentorship, so that I would just need to have an experience of someone that has done it before me, so that I can get to learn from his experience. Learning from someone experience is very valuable, not only when you are applying for YALI, but in everything that you're going to do. So make sure that you have someone that you're looking up to, you have someone that you're sharing your worries with, you have someone that you're sharing your successes and your challenges with. Then number six, I researched through the program thoroughly. It's not the first time when I started to apply for Mandela Washington. I know about Mandela Washington. I knew about Mandela Washington a very long time ago, and I watch videos, see how the activities is going, follow them on their social media, get to learn the language of the impact that they are looking for. Then I recommend other people to gather strong recommendations, like recommendation letter. When you are part of a volunteer program, maybe in a community, in your home, in your village, you get a recommendation letter. The recommendation letter doesn't have to be in English. Let them write it in your native language. Let them stamp it, even if it is maybe Babalawo that will stamp it for you. Let him, yeah, let him
I
stamp
love
it.
this part. I love
Yeah,
this part.
let him
Yeah.
stamp it and let you recognize that as one of the most important document in your life, because that is a recommendation that was given to you because of what you have done to the community. Then
Signifying that they have acknowledged that. Yeah.
exactly. Then I stay informed about the application process. That okay, when is the application going to finish? When is the application going to do the interview? When are they going to do that? So I have like a screenshot of the timeline, because they do have a timeline. Then I make sure that I had that timeline. Then number nine, which happens to be the last aspect of my preparation, was being genuine and authentic. Authenticity is very important. You stay true to yourselves. What I believe is I am the only Isa and there is no Isa, there is no any other Isa like me. You are the only one and there is no any other person like you. And everyone is unique on his own way. So stay unique, stay genuine, and be authentic. The more you try to copy someone, because this life, nature has created in such a way that you are designed to act naturally, to speak naturally, to write naturally, to do everything naturally. And
Ah,
you
we
will always
lost
be
him.
behind him because someone will have to be ahead for you to now copy him. So when you try to copy someone, you can never be ahead of him. So for you to be ahead, you just have to be authentic, you have to be genuine, and you have to act that natural way. So this is, I think, what I have done to prepare for
Wow.
my application and
Wow.
gets to get selected.
Wow, you just took someone on an aeroplane and then you were showing him all the steps you were going on to give that person a guide. That was
Yeah,
so generous of you. In fact, this is
thank
a
you.
community service on itself. Yeah, thank you so much. So,
All right, then I deserve a
eh,
certificate from you.
ah, sure.
Uh,
Thank you so much. So,
yeah,
yeah, this takes us to the next question. You have already answered it though, so I will just read it out for the benefits of it being read out, which is
yeah.
what opportunities does YALI create for Mandela Washington fellows? In other words, what bigger opportunities await those who have attended the program? So you have already answered that, which I will paraphrase
Nice.
in a statement: networking opportunities to be able to connect with people whenever it is needed, right?
Exactly,
Yeah,
and I can say,
sure.
but there are numerous opportunities that the Mandela Washington is going to create for you as a fellow of Mandela Washington. And let me start by saying, for me personally, advancing my leadership and professional training is top notch because prior to my Mandela Washington fellowship, I don't even know how to write some things, how to communicate properly, how to do some some corporate communications, how to even go about establishing some process that probably are too complex for me. But because there is an advanced leadership and professional training that you have undergone for 6 weeks, which is very intensive and comprehensive training. You will get to learn a lot of things. So that advancement in leadership and professional training is top notch. And the second one, like you said, is networking and global connections. I am not saying networking and alumni connection, but global connections. When you are an alumni of Mandela, the Mandela is going to follow you on all your social media handles, and you will get to see the impact of that because you will get to see a lot of referrals. People will be sending you messages that they are asking of your help, probably in clarifications in how they are going to make their applications and how you can help them in the betterment of their organization. So that is networking and global connections. Then most importantly also is access to funding and resources. Africans or entrepreneurs or young African leaders, one of the things that is really challenging for us is grant opportunities. So, as a fellow of YALI program or as a fellow of Mandela, you will get access to funding from the Department of State. You will get to receive funding, sometimes even much higher than $50,000, which is a really huge amount of money for you to go and do your program and do your community project that is going to make lives of your community members impactful. Then there is also what we call post fellowship support and alumni engagement. After the fellowship, that is not all. The United States, after every year, will host you and gets to know, okay, what is the progress? What are you doing right now? How can we help you? How can we make sure that what you are doing is really impactful and is something that you can build on. Then the leadership role and public recognition. You will get to be recognized. Like when I was there, I was recognized by the Barack Obama. He wrote a letter and sent a letter to me personally. Then the current Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, also sent a personal letter congratulating me for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. I got a recognition from the Department of State for an outstanding fellowship experience at the business and leadership category in the state of Iowa. And also the Drake University, the university that hosted me, also recognized me and give me a certificate of attendance, which is also something that I'm very, very proud of. So these are the things that you will get to learn you get to benefit, I mean, from the fellowship and from all the early programs.
Wow, that is great. I think now that I know you, I think when the time comes, I will want you to connect me with the United States presidents. Okay, so I that's by the way, yeah, yeah. So that's really a very very great one, and I believe even this far, I believe whoever that have been dreaming of going for that yearly program must have gotten that advantage, and then the the benefits that comes with it, and then must have seen how important it is for someone to learn about these things and then get opportunities outside the country, especially first class countries like the United States. So that
Yeah.
has been a very very great discussion so far. So this takes us to the next question. Okay, so now how many batches does the yearly program runs in a year, and how many slots do they have in each batch, and how many out of that entire slot is available for Nigerians? So while you were making an explanations earlier, it's kind of you made mention of some things, but I believe you can elaborate more on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. For the early program, most of the program runs once in a year. So it's just like a 1 year program. From the beginning of the year to the end of the year, starting from the collection of applications, opening of portal for applicants to apply, up to the final selections, and also the rolling of the program. So the program usually starts from September, or sorry, August. So applications start from August. You get to apply August, September. Then applicants will be notified of their status somewhere around March. Then June, that is when the program starts in the United States. So June, you depart to the United States. So it's just a 1 year program. Then there is actually no slots that is being allocated to countries like that. But then the number of applications received by the country and also the population of the country will have to be balanced, because you cannot say countries like Namibia that has a population of 3 million is going to be compared with Nigeria with a population of more than 220 million. So you have to give Nigeria more consideration, Nigerians more consideration than any other country in Africa. So virtually for the Mandela Washington Fellowship, we have Nigerians have two advantages. One is Nigeria being an English-speaking country, and United States being an English-speaking country, and most of the applications, all the programs of YALI are being done in English. You have to apply in English, in English language. So that is an advantage. And the second one is the advantage, the population advantage, where Nigerians, we are very hardworking, and we are always trying to see how we can make and meet. So that has these two things has made Nigerians to always stand out when it comes to fellowship. And I think the previous year before our year, they selected 52 from Nigeria. Then during our session, it was 56. So probably those that will be going in 2025 will be like around 60 or 70 or somewhere around that. So in generally, there is no allocations. There is no number that has been allocated to countries. But they're looking at the population and also the English advantage.
Wow, that you have made justice to that question actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, so how do one get to know when they open a new batch of the application? For just a person out there and then is trying to seek information about it. So how do one easily gets to know about the next batch when it opens?
Okay, like I said, we have to be informed, and you can only stay informed when you are in touch with organizations and with processes that matters to you. What matters to a lot of
Oh, network is at it again. Exercise a little patience while he get his network rectified. Oh, we lost him completely. I believe he's struggling with his network. So let's just give him some few minutes while he try to rejoin. I'm sure he will be right back. Let me chat him up online and see if he can be able to rejoin again. The good part of it is that he have done justice to all the important questions that one will need uh, to be able to stand an opportunity of getting this Mandela Washington fellowship, to attend the program. So but then we need to have him come back and brush up. Okay, so let's just give him some couple of minutes and then see if we can brush up and round up the program. So while we wait for him to come up, so let me tell some of us that are coming on this channel for the first time or coming on this Achievers Bridge Career Night for the first time. So Achievers Bridge Career Night is a program that is held monthly. Okay, so it usually happens every last Sunday of the month so that we can be able to support dreamers to be able to bring their dreams in reality by connecting them with relevant knowledge and information. As we can see what is just going on this channel by this very minutes and hour. So that is what Achievers Preach Monthly Career Night is all about. So we usually have this on monthly basis, as I've said earlier, and we also have a weekly videos upload on this very channel, so you can always check back every Saturdays on this very channel so that you can be able to see important live important uploads, video contents that will help you to be able to have more light on your dreams, and then it will also help you to be able to you know move to your dreams faster and as fast as possible, and then it will also minimize mistakes and errors because you will be getting first-hand information on the YouTube channel. So you can subscribe in order to get connected to this very channel so that whenever a program like this is holding on, or whenever a video is uploaded every Saturday, then you will be notified and then you will also get to watch it firsthand. Yeah, so that's an information about this channel and about Achievers Preach Career Night. So we are still waiting for our guests to hop in so we can continue the program to just round it up. Okay, so he just responded to me. He was having a challenge with his network, so he just responded to me that he'll be joining us shortly. So we apologize for the break in transmission and we apologize for the network break, but then he's our resource person. Definitely, we're gonna give him all the time he needs to rectify back the network. So please exercise more patience, so that we can have him up again. So I think it's just few more questions that we will just go through, and then it will be done for today. Yeah, literally two more questions apart from the one he was just answering. Still having a challenge with the network, so but then be rest assured you must get this full package. Okay, so because he's also a community developer, or will I say an influencer. Okay, a person that always want to give back to his own society and his own community. But believe me on this, he will definitely be here because he's trying all his best to rejoin again, but the network is still not helping issues, but I'm sure he will be able to make it up. We have 13 minutes to the end of the session, and I'm sure he can be able to wrap up the remaining part of the questions. So, and the two questions can even be put in just one question, and it's all circulating around him giving us the last comment, or if they hasn't giving us any other thing he feels he need to add to the session. That's the majorly that's majorly the last question that he will be giving us. So let's give him some couple of few minutes and see what comes of it. Oh, welcome back, pharmacist.
Finally,
Pharmacist
finally,
Isa.
I'm back.
Oh, yeah, welcome back,
We
sir.
have
Good
to
to
do
have you back again.
this. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
We have
yeah.
to do this. I hope I am audible. Let me check.
Sure, sure. Very audible, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Very clear, loud and clear.
Great. All right. Great. Great. All right. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So sorry for the technical
It's
challenges.
fine. It's fine. It's beyond our
Yep.
control, man.
Exactly. Okay. So where are we?
Yeah, yeah. So you were giving us, where one can get an update about the
Okay.
next batch
Yes.
of application. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, you have to stay informed. You have to be intentional about getting to know when they are going to start. And one way of a sure way of doing that is through their social media platforms. You get to follow them on their social media, like their Twitter, their Instagram, their LinkedIn, and their Facebook. So either of these, you can get to see the information, and I believe you will be having the updates, whenever the program is kickstarts. And we are always ready, and we are always available to make the program be known to those that are interested in it.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's super generous of you. Maybe
Yeah.
after this session, I will get to have the links to their social medias from you. Then I can just put in the description of this session so that
Yeah.
anybody who is coming for this session, to watch the live recording, then will be able to have access to that. Yeah.
Thank you
Thank you so
so much
much.
for that also.
Yeah. So then we have two last questions here, but which I feel we can just put it up as a single question. Okay. The
Okay.
question goes this way. Yeah. The second to the last one is, what will be your general comment to anyone who dreams of being a Mandela Washington Fellow? And then the last one is there any other information you want to add that you feel people need to know about YALI? Perhaps I might have missed out on an important area that you feel you need to update the audience about. So I think this is more or less
Okay.
like a general comment. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So, for anyone that is interested in any of the early program, be it the Mandela, be it the regional leadership program, be it the early network engagement opportunity, the first thing is congratulations, because for you to even start thinking about that, you will definitely, or you are definitely someone that is making impact in a community, trying to see how you can help someone, mentor someone, advise someone, engage in civic engagement and stuff like that. So the first thing is to congratulate that particular person. And you know, the second, the first thing is to congratulate. Then the second one, which is the last one, is to tell that person that him too or she too can do it. It's not a rocket science. It's not something big. It's not something difficult. In as much as you're going to stay genuine, you're going to stay authentic, and you're going to tell your story as it is, then definitely Mandela Washington is for you. So stay genuine, be authentic, and believe that you too you can make it. And I believe you can make it. So these are the two things that I usually communicate to those that are interested in the programs. Then on the last part, is there any other things that I wanted to say, or maybe that I wish to say but I couldn't? Yes, the program is really an expensive opportunity, and it's something that we should all strive as young leaders, as young African, whether you are in business, whether you are in civic engagement, or you are in public management. We should try as much as we can to see how you can leverage this opportunity. The fact that you will be going to the United States is not big, but the fact that you will be meeting your fellow young African leaders, that you're going to build a very strong network, that you are going to expand your horizon, that you will get to know someone that you have never knew him before, is something that is very valuable. Because what I believe is human resources are the most important resources that we should cherish and leverage on. You should try as much as you can to see how you can be in any other programs, any other fellowship, any other things that will increase your potentials of meeting or getting to meet new version of yourselves. We are all humans, and I believe what I can do, nobody can do that, and what someone can do, I cannot do it. So by engaging, by networking, and by sharing, collective responsibilities, that is how we will make our societies and our communities and even our nation great. Thank you so much for having me, and this is really my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Apologies. There's one last follow-on question on the last statement you just made. So, just
You're
to
always
clear,
welcome.
just to clear anyone that may be having doubt about the comment you made. So, you made mention of this is an expensive opportunity, and someone out there may be thinking you have to pay before you get to the program. So, maybe you can just elaborate more on that. So, do one need to
Okay.
pay for the program at any point, starting from the application down to the program?
It's absolutely free. Nobody, you are not paying a single
Exactly.
kobo. Nobody is charging you.
Exactly.
Nobody is. It's absolutely free. In fact, you are going to get tokens. You are going to be given complimentary of everything you like. Regard everything is being covered for by the government of the United States, and you are not paying. You are not going to get anything. What I mean by expensive is something that even if you have the money, you can hardly get it. It's only your impact, your project that will take you there. So that is the meaning of expensive. And it's something that I'm seeing potentials of people that are attending it. And, it's a program that is changing a lot of narratives, a lot of things. You will get to meeting new people. The people that you're going to get to meet in that environment is the most valuable things for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First, I will start by appreciating pharmacist Isa Hero for availing himself for this program, being a generous and then a leader per se. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for having this present generation at heart, and then ensuring that you pour out yourself towards their own growth and achieving their dreams. This is a very, 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 very great great generosity from you. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And then thank you also to the viewers for staying to the end of this, for people to be willing to learn and then grow and become, a better version of themselves. Then that also gets to improve our world. And then thank you. So for people that are just joining us now that may not know about it, Achievers Bridge Career Night is a monthly virtual event that happens every last Sunday of the month, trying to connect people with relevant information and then connecting people with, with great personalities, people like pharmacist Isa Dahiru, to help
You have
them
said
to, yeah, thank you so much. So,
you have said two things that I think for the past 6 weeks I have never heard someone calling me those names. Great personality, leaders. These are not my adjectives actually. Yes.
but then that is who you are,
Yeah,
that is
no,
who you are per se. That is who you are per se. So,
it's
and then we
really my
also get
pleasure.
to, yeah, yeah. So, and then for some of the viewers that may not know, we also upload videos on this channel every Saturday. So you can get in touch with this channel so that you can get more videos to shine more light on your ways, just as I've said earlier. So you can just subscribe and then get notified anytime the videos are there. Thank you so much, pharmacist. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure having you. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, and I wish the applicant all the very best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.